Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're live.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Works meeting, April 28th. We just had the pledge. Nina, would you please do our roll call?
Member Finley? Member Lewis?
Here.
Member Sonity? Member Williams?
Here.
Mayor Lynch?
Here. We have the minutes of the previous meeting. I think Steve must be having trouble connecting this morning. We have the minutes of the previous meeting. Did everybody get a chance to review those?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
I will ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Scott. Nina, could you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Williams?
Yes.
Old business, item A, request to release maintenance bond for Cardinal Crossing phases 1, 2, and 3. That was tabled at the last meeting at the request of Sandy Kolb. So AJ, is Sandy on?
I am on, and at this point, I believe that we can approve the release of the maintenance bond for Cardinal Crossing 1, 2, and 3.
All right, with that said, I'll make a motion to approve the request to release the maintenance bond for Cardinal Crossing phases 1, 2, and 3.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, Nina, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Williams?
Yes.
Okay, going on to new business, we have item A, acceptance of public infrastructure promenade at Founders Square. Sandy, is that you or AJ? Do we know what
I
that
believe
is?
I can handle it.
Okay.
From email correspondence with Dan Commenda at the Utility Department, I believe that their inspections were performed, and it is our recommendation to approve the infrastructure at the Promenade.
So would you tell us what that structure is so everyone knows?
It is all of the public infrastructure. It is the roads, the curbs, storm sewers, sanitary sewers, all underneath the public right of way.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion, make a motion that we accept the acceptance of the public infrastructure of Promenade at Founders Square. As Sandy explained, it includes the roads, the curbs, the sewers. Mr. Commenda from the utilities has inspected those appropriate areas and believes that it's done to compliance.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, Nina, please call the roll.
Mayor Lynch,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Williams.
Yes.
Item B,
Steve-
Portage
Stephen
CCMG.
Sonity is here.
Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Steve.
Hi, had a little problems, but go ahead.
Okay. Item B, Portage CCMG Agreement 2020-21. AJ, would that be you?
The next item on the agenda is the Community Crossings Matching Grant Agreement. Sandy and I have had a chance to review it, and it's the standard form, and it'd be our recommendation to approve it.
I think everybody's pretty familiar with that, but does anybody have any questions? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the CCMG agreement as stated in the document.
I second it.
We have a motion by Jamie and a second by Steve to approve. Do we have any further questions? If not, Nina, call the roll.
Mayor Lynch,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Sonity,
Yes,
Member Williams.
Yes.
Item C, Reeve Riley, April 2020 invoice. Nina, would you like to explain that?
Oh, this one is from Sandy.
Okay.
This invoice was issued due to some work that Reeve Riley had to follow up on in regards to the Willow Creek Road paving project from last year. Their subcontractor, Hawk Electric, failed to cut in the traffic detector loops at the northbound turn onto Stone Avenue. So we had them come back in the spring, actually cut in those loops to get that light functioning, and that was done, and this is the result of that work.
Okay.
So was this an additional charge, Sandy, or was it within the scope of the original contract?
It was within the scope of the original contract. It was just not done, and then obviously not billed. It was missed by all of us until the spring, when it was brought to our attention at Traffic Commission that the signal wasn't working properly.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, with that said, I'll make a motion that we approve the April 15th Reeve Riley invoice to cut in the loops for the traffic light at Stone and Willow Creek.
I'll second that
I
motion.
second it.
We have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, Nina, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Sonity,
Yes,
Member Williams.
Yes.
Okay, we have item D, the copy machine contract renewal.
Shh, that's okay. Here's the mayor's dog.
Oh, no.
Nina, would you want to talk about the copy machine renewal?
Sure. So this contract is for my office, the building department, and the planning department. It's actually, the current contract is expired. Jeff from Proven has graciously gotten the leasing company agency to postpone the auto renewal for our current contract. It's not a great contract that was initially signed. It only allows for 500 copies between all three of the departments, which doesn't make sense. It also didn't include a maintenance agreement that includes toner. And that's really it. So this increases our allowable prints to 5,000 black and white and 2,700 colored copies, and adds 3 additional machines because currently Lynn's is not leased. It's just a regular printer. The other printers for the small printers will have a scanner. So it's basically upgrading the current equipment that we have. It gives me a machine because I don't have one. It saves $5 a month, and will also save, I can't determine that amount very easily because different departments order toner from different places. But there's a cost saving because we don't have to buy toner anymore.
And when you said 5,000 black and white, 2,700 color, clerk treasurer Rivas, is that per month?
Yes. Yeah. Right now, our current contract, like I said, it doesn't cover any colored copies and only 500 black and whites.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
I
think
see.
this is a continuing effort to upgrade our contracts for the copiers and to try to get everything under one roof with one IT company. This doesn't include all of our copiers. Nina can tell you we still have some copiers out there that are not covered under this, but we are working toward that goal. And we need to get that contract updated because it's more costly, the one that she's got, and besides it's expired.
It's not working.
So we need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the copy machine contract renewal for the clerk treasurer's office and building department.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. If there's no further questions, Nina, please call the roll.
Mayor Lynch,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Sanity,
Yes.
Member Williams.
Yes.
Moving on to claims. I know you've all had a lot of questions about the claims. You've been calling back and forth with Nina and the various entities. Is everybody now had a chance to review all of those claims?
I have, and I'm pleased with the responses that I got.
Right.
All questions were answered to the email by Nina.
Okay, good. Nina, do you want to go into the unpaid 2019 claims that are included on the docket, but to further explain that a little bit?
Sure. So we have a total of $149,182.16 of unpaid claims from 2019. The invoices for these were the allowable projects were approved without the appropriation for it.
Oh, Nina, my question to you is then, have you been able to find monies out of the budget? And this is coming out of the 2020 budget, obviously.
Right, which was a slim budget as it was. So this doesn't do us any favors. This on top of the 190,000 that we had to dish out to the IRS. So I guess I just wanted it on the agenda just to keep everybody aware that even though we had a very slim 2020 budget that got cut by the DLGF on top of it, we keep getting hit with surprises.
To your knowledge, Nina, do you know if there's any more bills out there from 2019 that we have not received?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
So this,
So my only question is, you know, and I guess I'll make a comment and then a question. It's, you know, very, very disappointing that monies were spent that they weren't appropriated. And I'm sure everybody feels the same way. My only question is, where were these invoices? Why that they just are showing up now?
So we didn't get them till March, on beginning of March, and then COVID-19 happened and everything got weird. The Acme Sports vendor, we didn't even have them in the system. So we didn't even have a W-9 for them. That's for $17,699. Those were for guns that were traded in last November. And I'm told that the administration at the time said, well, the police department, you know, that they would find the money. They would, you know, maybe pay for it out of cable TV. Well, cable TV ended 2019 with 99 cents. So it wasn't going to pay for anything.
Sure.
The Federal Signal Corp was $20,884.16. And that was for the last round of police vehicles that were purchased to get them outfitted. That was done. Those were purchased with a Horizon lease. And the balance in that account was only $5,000. So it wasn't going to cover the $20,000. And then the $110,599 was for the Reith Riley sidewalk project. There was only $48,000 left in the sidewalk waiver fund. So that's why that didn't get paid either. And so these are getting paid for out of reserves we had that we get from edit lit funds.
what is edit?
Well, it's called
Economic development, economic development income tax.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I
that
guess-
pet deduction
ahead.
on your paycheck.
This really promotes economic development, right?
Yes, yes.
so it's just
Yeah.
frustrating.
I'd like to make a note. It's no fault of the clerk treasurer. You know, these invoices are just
Oh,
appearing and showing up, and I'm not faulting the clerk treasurer. It's just a little puzzling on how they're magically, maybe that's not a very professional word, just showing up. And that's, yeah, like the mayor asked, are there others? And there very well could be, but they haven't surfaced. I don't know. I haven't heard of any. So just thought I would mention that and let it be on record.
I guess the other question I have is just if we had to use the edit reserves for this, what reserves do we have?
None. Next question. There's no money.
No, and with these 3 invoices, and then we got the other Reith Riley bill to pay, like I said, plus the $190,000 we had to dish out to the IRS. I mean, we're close to $400,000 in the wrong direction.
Jamie, you have to keep in mind as we move into this year, we started the year in the hole. So any notion of reserve funds was a fiction.
The reason I ask is, I mean, one of the things I'm asking all the people I'm talking to right now is, you know, are they okay on money for a little bit because their incomes might be cut or reduced? And I'm very concerned that we're going to have some reduced income to the city somehow out of this.
We will.
Well, we're going to have it both from the EDIT, because undoubtedly we're feeling that at the county, so people are not working, they're not paying as much in income tax.
Exactly.
We have the concern of the fee-driven budgets like sanitary and storm. I mean, those are straight up fee-driven, and people aren't going to be able to pay like we hope they would if they're not working.
I mean, we've got the non-reverting park funds that are funded by facility rentals. We've got the gasoline tax, which is, I'm told, could be cut by up to 50%. And then we also have the riverboat monies that they've been closed. And then once they do open, how many people are going to have that expendable income?
Right.
Well, we could debate this all day, but we all know that the previous administration mishandled the money, and that's why we are here to try to straighten it up, and it's going to take a while.
Well said, Mr. Sanity.
Well, You need to know that we're already have our eye on the 2021 budget. We're trying to work forward and try to look at where we're going to be, because it's going to be a serious deficit for us, and we're going to have to look at major cuts. So I need people to be prepared, because this is what's going to happen. It's not something that we
Mhm.
personally did, but along with starting out with a deficit, and then this pandemic is really going to hurt us. So we're going to have to be very tight with our money, and it's going to be that way for quite some time. So we're just
Mhm.
trying to prepare everybody.
Well
So
said,
if-
Mayor.
Yes.
If there are no further questions on the claims, I will ask for a motion to approve the claims.
Anybody? I'll make a motion to accept to pay the 2019 claims included on the docket, per se, the Reith and Riley, Acme Sports, and Federal Signal Company Corporation.
You're motioning to approve all claims, Steve?
Yes,
Okay.
all claims, yes.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. I think, Nina, I don't have that paper in front of me. They were close to 800,000. Am I correct?
I can give you the exact amount. 709,384.42.
Buddy.
So Nina, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch?
Yeah.
Member Lewis? Member Lewis?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Member Sonity?
Yes,
Member Williams?
Yes.
I think Buddy voted yes as well.
We have major
Yes, I
claims.
think he did.
Dan, you get to look at the major claims.
Yes, there was.
There were none.
There were 3.
Okay, were they okay?
They looked okay to me, Mayor.
Okay. So we need a motion to approve the major claims.
Make a motion, we approve the
Make a
major.
motion to approve.
Major illness.
Go ahead.
We have a motion by Jamie. Do you want to, Scott?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Now, was that you that seconded it?
Pardon?
Was it Scott that seconded it?
Yes.
Scott seconded it, yes.
Okay. Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Sonity?
yes.
Member Williams?
Yes.
Scott, would you mute your mic, please?
Yeah. It's a good idea.
So we have other business to come before the board. Assistant Chief Uzelak has something he would like to, a message for us.
If it pleases the board, the police department is receiving the solicitor's permits, and we right now, with the current situation with the pandemic, are unable to approve or forward to you guys with an approval any of these solicitor's permits. Obviously, it's the board's pleasure to. We can pass them on to you, but they won't have a positive recommendation from the police department. Our reasoning behind that is spring's here. We know we're trying to practice social distancing, and if someone's to knock on someone's door and their screen's open, we're dealing with people 6 inches from each other. So we, as the police department, can't give our approval for any solicitor's permits at this time. So if you see a lack of them with police approval, that would be the reason why. And we'll be monitoring that, and obviously we'll update you if we can change that. But right now, it's not just our own town, our own county, but we also have to look at our neighbors, because many of these solicitors are coming out of Cook County, Will County, Illinois, Lake County, Indiana, and several of our neighbors. So just to keep you updated on why you're not seeing from us those approvals for solicitor's permits because we just can't do that right now.
Officer Uselak?
Go
Officer
ahead.
Uselak? I
Yes.
truly agree with your policy.
Thank you very much. And I know it's again, it's the board's pleasure if they choose to allow those, but they can't be accompanied with a police recommendation, not at this time.
I would have just one quick question. I agree with you, Mr. Uzelak. Do we have any solicitors that are currently operating under a permit?
I believe there are a handful there on record at the clerk's office. I would not be as bold as to make a recommendation on our opinion on the current ones, but I believe it would be up to the board on whether they decided to keep those active or not.
Yeah, I think that's worth discussing. If we're not issuing any new permits and for the reasons that you stated, why should we allow solicitors to currently and continue to operate when it could be, a negative situation?
Do we need to do anything special again?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the comment. I did hear Board Member Williams, and I would say that we concur, but in an effort to stay in our own lane, we will let you guys debate that.
The question is, do we need to do anything different for the people who may have an existing permit? Just to say, hey, right now there's no solution.
Nina, do you happen to know who those are?
All of them, no, I don't. I can pull them and send the board a list out, if that's okay.
Yes, and as the mayor, I would like to say that I would like to put a moratorium, I guess you would say, on any solicitations at the door at this time. Dan, is that correct?
I believe that's correct, Mayor. You guys, it's within your authority to place a moratorium on the door-to-door solicitation, certainly.
That was my question.
Well, with that said, I'd like to present a motion that we institute a moratorium on current solicitors and send them correspondence that we need to pull their permit, to, cease and desist immediately any solicitation to the homeowners or businesses.
I second it.
Time limit on this? I'm sorry.
We have a motion and a second. Dan, is that going to be correct? We're doing that, okay?
Yeah, I mean, so we can do it one of two ways. We can place a time-specific moratorium through, end of whatever month we choose, or we can take it up each meeting, see where we're at with the pandemic.
Yeah, I would say to make it indefinitely, and we can, visit it next month, sometime in next month's meeting.
Okay.
I think I would like it to be maybe till May 15th, and then we'll revisit it. We have another board meeting on the 12th, I believe, Nina.
Yeah.
But there are people that make their livelihood off of that, and I don't want to hurt our businesses that are struggling already, but I do believe we need to revisit it at every Board of Works meeting, and we can extend that moratorium, but let's place it on there till May 15th. That is my recommendation. And then
I'll amend my motion to offer a specific date that the moratorium be in place till May 15th.
thank you, Scott.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to place a moratorium on any door-to-door solicitation until May 15th, which will be revisited again at the next Board of Works meeting when we get an update on the pandemic numbers and where we're going with that. Nina, would you call the roll?
Mayor Lynch,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Sonity,
Yes.
Member Williams.
Yes.
And just to let the board know, I will be meeting with the Porter Lake and LaPorte mayors tomorrow morning again. We kind of stay together on what we decide since we are sister counties up against each other. So we are closely watching what the governor is directing. And so we're watching what he's saying as well as making our own decisions on what's good for our own communities. So we will probably be coming out with some kind of a statement in the next few days. That's all I have.
Good.
Could I add something to the solicitors? Well, just the same type of topic. We've had a request for a Portage Cub Scout Pack 316 5K fundraiser for Cub Scouts using the Duneland Parade Trails. She didn't put an exact date. It just says a Saturday in June. She's called a couple times. I just was trying to keep it off the agenda. So I was hoping we met in public. That way she could address the board. Do you want me to continue to hold off on any requests like these?
I think so, Nina, because we don't know. I mean, you know, now that's more than 10 people probably.
Yeah, it says 50 to 75.
Yeah, we really can't do it right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the governor's gonna, you know, amend that to like 50 people. It's still, if they have over 50 people, it's still not gonna work for them. So even if they practice social distancing, we would still be in violation of the governor's order. So I would say just, you know, explain to her that we can't do that right now, but we'll keep an eye out on what's going on.
Okay.
Is there anything else to come before the board?
I guess I'd like to talk about the YMCA. Are we going to get a copy of the memorandum of understanding? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we only have a outdated one, the first one that was ever entered into in our office. I know that the last administration did renew the MOU. I want to say it was in July, off the top of my head, but the MOU never made its way to my office.
Okay.
So Jamie, just to answer your question about the YMCA, it is something I'm working on with Shannon, and Nina and Shannon and I will be getting together on that, and we will have further information on that in the next Board of Works meeting. But there is some things that we're working on with that, so I don't want to explain it because we don't have it all worked out yet. But we are working on the memorandum. We're having Dan go through it. So we will discuss that again at the May 12th meeting.
It's very important. I mean, the why is critical. You know,
Right.
and of everybody, it's a great idea. We just got to make sure, I guess, that it still works. And you know.
I think the thing that we need to remember about the YMCA is they are a partner with the city.
Yes.
They have been working so hard during this pandemic, feeding children and families and seniors, and they are such a partner with us that I think we're trying to, you know, work with them. I have meetings with them almost every week.
Good.
So I think it's really important that we remain solid partners with our community organizations like the chamber, like the YMCA, like the high school, like the entire school system. So I will work on that. Nina and I will have a report for you at the next board meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there is nothing else to come before the board, I would ask for an adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
We have a motion by Steve and a second by Jamie. Nina, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Sonity,
Yes.
Member Williams.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. We'll let you know if our next meeting will be in person or if it will continue to be online for the time being.
Okay.
Righty.
Goodbye, everyone.
Everybody be
Have a
safe.
great day, everyone.
Everybody.